Adam here with the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have a 2025 Nissan Frontier. Now this is the Pro-4X trim, so we'll look at some of the trim levels, the interior, the exterior, then go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. Okay, so now we're behind the wheel of the 25 Frontier Pro-4X, and there is a lot of different trim levels. So we'll try and cover some of the equipment, but a lot of stuff that's focused on this particular model. Now, some of the biggest changes for 2025 would be the slight redesign that the Frontier went through. You'll notice up front that the grille design did change a little bit, and this Pro-4X model did get a new 17-inch wheel, which looks so cool. And out back, the tailgate did get a little bit of a revision as well for the Pro-4X model. One of the bigger changes being that on everything but the base trim level, you can now do the 5 or 6 foot bed. So there's a few different cab configurations. This one is the crew cab with the shorter bed, but I know a lot of people have commented before saying they wanted the longer bed. Nissan listened and they did deliver there. The other huge change is inside. They've really updated the infotainment screen here with the 12.3-inch display. You've got the little Frontier that runs underneath here, wireless Apple CarPlay, and now you can also do wireless Android Auto, which you couldn't before. So that's some of the big changes for 25, but let's put it in drive. We'll cover a little bit more, go for a spin around. Now, all of the Nissan Frontiers are going to come with a 3.8 liter, and that's going to be paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, it can be rear-wheel drive or the 4-wheel drive like we have in this particular model, obviously, as the name says, in the Pro-4X. But really, I mean, fuel economy wise, you'll be looking at kind of the mid to lower 20s on the highway, depending on which trim level you're looking at. This one's probably closer to 20 on the highway, or about 18 combined, just because of the larger Hankook tires with, you know, you're gonna lose a little bit because of some of the off-road stuff. But if you're looking for fuel economy, you might wanna be looking at the rear-wheel drive only model. But as we're heading into the Minnesota winters here, I think the 4-wheel drive on the fly is definitely gonna be a pretty great upgrade. Now, one other change they did for 2025 would be the total towing capacity. So they've upped it a little bit from the previous year. You're adding about 500 more pounds of towing capacity to put you around the 7,100 pound towing capacity range. So if you've got the boat, maybe a small trailer you're hauling around, or even a larger enclosed trailer, this can certainly get it done there. There is also a tow mode over here on the left that you can click on, which will help you out there. Now, this Pro-4X has the convenience as well as the premium package. So this is pretty much as loaded up as they come. If we're looking at the bed in the truck, this one has the spray-in bed liner. It has the Utilitrack system, which is great for tie downs or hauling stuff around. This one also gets the 120 volt plug-in back there. There's a ton of tie downs. All the 25s now come with the rear sliding window as well to look at the bed or to open it up in the back. It's a soft open tailgate here, so it does make it pretty easy. Just flip the handle and it'll come down. It won't come smacking down. Now, the payload, I believe, is right around 1,600 pounds. So for a mid-sized truck, that's going to be pretty competitive in the market. Now, there is a lot of pretty cool mid-sized pickups right now. The new Tacoma just came out. You've got the new Canyon in Colorado. And a lot of people, it seems like to me, are almost comparing this with the Honda, which is going to be the Ridgeline, or the Jeep Gladiator. This is definitely going to be a little bit better from maybe that comparison standpoint, as you can choose a different bed size if you're looking at. There's a ton of different trim levels to select from. But like I said, this one being all the way loaded up gives you a ton of equipment. One of the coolest things is inside these zero-gravity seats. Nissan has done seats the best to me for the last probably 10 years. They're so comfortable. These, like I said, for the Minnesota winters are going to be heated. As well, you get the leather-wrapped steering wheel that is also going to be heated. And the Pro-4X is going to come with a remote start on the key fob. So it's keyless entry on the outside. You hop in, you've got the push-button start here right next to the 4-wheel drive select. So that is pretty cool as well. Now, this one also does get a dual zone climate control, and you've got a couple of USB or USB-C plugs in here, plus wireless charging for my phone. So once I set it on that CarPlay, I'm not messing with my phone when I'm on the go. Now, some of the safety built into this truck is obviously also very important. So you can go through the little menu, you can go to driver assist, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, emergency braking, and this also has an adaptive cruise control system. So you can set 3, 2, 1 car length distance ahead of you. It'll keep that distance when you're on the road. With these zero gravity seats, the adaptive cruise, and all the safety, you can eat up a ton of miles in one of these trucks. Now let's look at the exterior again a little bit, because I love the LED headlights up front. They kind of have a 3 little amber light that's built into the headlight there. The LEDs are super bright at night, and this is a new color for 25. So this is the Afterburn Orange. I love it. It matches so nicely with some of the interior features. Some of the stuff like the accenting and the stitching that's in here, it looks so good with the afterburn. This is absolutely, I think, the way I would want to option one. And yes, it does cost a little bit more money to get all this equipment, but you are getting a ton of stuff for the money. Now, this one also gets the Fender audio system. When I synced up my Spotify that I had going earlier, it does make a pretty big difference versus the bass kind of sound system in here. But with the Apple CarPlay in the system, it is so responsively quick and fast. That's something in not all new trucks or even SUVs have that responsiveness like you get out of the screen, which was definitely a big upgrade in my mind. So a few other things on the exterior of this truck. This one does get the little bed step back there, so it's pretty cool. You can just kick your foot onto that. It's gonna lower down, which makes it easy to kind of access the rear of the truck if you don't want to open the tailgate, and then you can just kind of kick it back into place. But the Pro-4X decals on the exterior, like I said, the afterburn orange looks so cool, and it really does mesh very nicely with all the trim and stitching in here. Now, the digital gauge cluster is also pretty convenient. That's going to give you all your pertinent information in there, whether it's your MPG, your audio, some of your navigation stuff, and it can also show you the speed limit signs. So if you're not sure what zone you're in, that's pretty cool as well. Now, this particular model does get the sunroof up above, which does open it up pretty nicely, especially with the darker interior here. So like I said, there's so much stuff. Whether you're looking for the base model or you want to go all the way up to the Pro-4X fully loaded, you can pretty much find a Nissan Frontier that works for you. Now, MSRP on this truck is going to be a little over $51,000, so yes, you are paying a little bit more to get all the stuff, but if you're looking for something that's off-road capable, we didn't even touch on the backup camera in here. There is such a cool 360 camera now for $25,000, so it looks out the sides. You can click the little camera button. I mean, if you hit something, you would have to be trying very hard because it does make it very easy to park or kind of see what's going on around you, especially if you're towing or off-roading. I like the updates to the exterior as well. I think the outside styling for the redesign, they didn't overdo it. The 3.8, it's not a hybrid, it's not a CVT or anything. You still keep the 9-speed with the 3.8 liter V6. It's got about 310 horsepower, so it does feel pretty good. I like the heavier steering on this as well. And I was a little worried it might be a little noisier with the larger Hankook tires, but road noise is pretty minimal. The cabin is very well insulated and it's very comfortable to drive around. So overall, I like the design and style. I like the usability of the truck with the infotainment. With, you know, the rear seats are a little bit smaller. It's got USB charging as well as vents back there, but it's not going to be for a long term. Any of these Tacoma, the Canyon, the Frontier, all of them have pretty small back seats for the midsize pickup. But if you're looking to haul stuff around, whether you're the Home Depot hero on the weekend or you're towing a trailer around, I think the Nissan Frontier is absolutely one to add to your list to get out, take for a spin, see what you think. Now, that was just a quick look and drive at the 25 Nissan Frontier. If you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by any one of our Nissan locations. We'd be more than happy to help. Thanks again for watching.